understand. No prisoners, only trophies.
Hey, it's Dark of the Moon Soundwave, and this is an old versus new of the original Deluxe Dark of the Moon Soundwave and the new Studio Series. As you can see, the Studio Series is shorter. That's a big deal. But anyways, a lot of people weren't able to get the original Dark of the Moon Deluxe. That's because it was only released by Takara over in Japan. So yeah, if you wanted to import it or buy it from a specialty store, I think I paid around $35-$40 for my Soundwave. Back many years ago now. It's been a long time since I've gotten that guy. You could have done that. But let's just say, just spoiler alert, don't do that. Just get the Studio Series. Sure, it's shorter, but it's a lot better. I do love both of these figures, though, don't get me wrong. But the Studio Series just does some things better that I really enjoy. I still love the old Deluxe, though. It just has a couple issues. One of the issues being it has this blue, and Soundwave is supposed to be blue, right? But he really wasn't in the movie, and the blue on this robot just kind of looks odd. Okay, just let me say, why wasn't he just blue? You know, like a dark, deep blue Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG would look so sweet. But no, it had to be silver. Okay, Michael Bay, I see how it is. But yeah, let's just talk about the robot mode on the old one first. And you may notice, the only thing painted silver on him is his head. Isn't that funny? So yeah, he's kind of like this all gray, besides his head, that is nice and silver. It's not even trying to be like a metallic gray. You can see, look at the gray plastic on the Studio Series and compare it to the gray plastic on the original. Like, what are you doing, or Takara Tomy? What are you doing? Oh, Takara Tomy, you disappoint me. But yeah, he has his freaking mech tech weapon, which looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty big. But I display him with it, that's a good thing. I usually just kind of throw away the mech-tech weapons, put them in a storage bin and forget about them. But this one is actually amazing, because it transforms completely into satellite, and guess what? Did you hear that? This one actually clicks into its alternate mode. Isn't that awesome? I'm sorry, we don't get that. We never got that with MechTech. Now, granted, it is easy to undo, as you saw. All you do is pretty much just move it back. But yeah, look, it clicks in, then unclicks, then clicks back in. I mean, I don't know if that was intentional, but mine has done that flawlessly ever since I got it. So I appreciate that a lot. You can see there's a lot of detail into the mechanism as well. There's a lot going on there. You can just see how it all shifts. That's really cool. I'm sorry, I like that weapon. Let's just remove it and show where it can be put. You can put him on his shoulders, because he has the ports on his shoulders. You can put it there if you so choose, which looks really dumb. Please don't do that. You can put it on his back if you want, because he has a big backpack with most of the car on it. Just letting you know. You can just put it on the back if you want, which, it's whatever. You can do that. But you're supposed to put it in his hand, which I'll leave out for now. Because let's talk about the figure itself. So I've already shown a lot of the detail. His head sculpt is pretty nice. It's not that film accurate, but it's pretty nice. It just isn't accurate with the odd mouth. Because Soundwave, the guy who's never had a mouth before, they gave him a mouth in Dark of the Moon, a very big, lippy mouth. And then his legs, I'm sorry, are just a hot mess. They're just folded over car with icky-looking toes. I'm sorry, they just don't look good. I'm sorry, they just don't. And then these circles right there, which literally make no sense. Why are there circles on your legs? And then he has this big old piece that's just dangling. And then he has the window there. It looks like it's clear. Like he just has this square dangling off of him. Like some sort of rendering artifact in a video game. It's interesting. His arms, though, I love his arms. Even though they are blue, I love the paint. Love the Decepticon logo on it. I love kind of the trim right there on that circle. Then he's got the shoulder panel, and then he has the wheels behind his back, which I think look really cool. And they are hinged, too, if you want them kind of looking a little different, which isn't accurate. I actually really love that, that design element, just the wheels on his back. I think that's so cool. The chest is fake on this guy, a fake chest on this Soundwave. The real bumper is actually behind that, which is funny. There's the real one. So if you want to see what it looked like if it was like the real one, there's sort of what it would look like if it was the real one. I mean, they could have just had little things go over there. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. So that's pretty much the looks said and done on this Soundwave. Let's pose them up! So he has a swivel at the head. That's all you can really get. It does have a panel where you can move it down, which looks nice. Ball joints at the shoulders. Can't really move them out though because of the panel. You have swivel there. You have hinge, and then you have a ball joint. So you can get like an inward bend at the elbow, or you can have it fully curled up. And then I believe you have a hinge at the wrist as well. Nothing at the waist, just due to transformation. Ball joint at the hip there. Swivel at the thigh. Multiple directional knee. If you want them to look like Starscream, you can just get those bent back. And he's like,
I am Soundscream.
even though you can't really do it because of the back panel, so I kind of ruined my joke, but you know what, it's okay. And then the toe can just, ooh, shoot! That pinched me. Pinched me right there. See that? Right there when I moved it up. Pinched me. Yeah, you can just move it up for transformation, I guess. So there we go. He hurt me. I don't like him anymore. Let's talk about the Studio Series. So, disclaimer on the Studio Series. I customized it. I'm sorry, I did. His head was the only thing that wasn't painted silver for the most part. So I took the liberty of fixing Hasbro's mistake, and I made his head silver. And now I think he looks 1,000 times better. There's the original picture of what he looked like before I made his head silver. Sorry, I already made his head silver. I just didn't want to wait to do it. I did it pretty much right when I got him out of the box. So, funny thing is, this guy painted all nice and silver except his head. This guy all dull gray besides his head. Isn't that hilarious? I just think that's so funny. He has Laserbeak, which is a cute little guy. You can see he's, oh, is your daddy home? He's got the eyes. He's got a little joint right there where you can, have him do whatever. And actually, can you have him clamp in a different way? Can you fold that back and have him clamp like that? Nope, he just fell. Maybe not. Probably not. No, he can only really clamp with his feet like that. Which I don't know if it's like the millimeter system that they had going back in the day. It would be really sweet if it was, but I don't know. Someone will tell me in the comments, yeah, it is, or I'll look it up. There's the answer. Even if I didn't bother, there's something. So, anyways, this guy looks gorgeous. Besides him being short, this is without a doubt the most film-faithful Soundwave we've gotten. I hope there's a knockoff upscale of it eventually that hopefully takes care of the backpack a little bit better, because just do that, and you have yourself a pretty much borderline movie masterpiece Soundwave. Studio Series really just kills it. They do such a good job. Getting in close again. Look at that head sculpt. It's got the dumb mouth, right? It's got the dumb mouth, but other than that, looks really good. God, that mouth looks so goofy. I'm sorry. It looks so goofy. It looks like that thing you can do with your hands, where like you have it like that, and that's the mouth. He's like,
I understand. No prisoners.
it's like, that's what it looks like. Anyways, he has a real chest this time. Chest is actually made out of the front of the car. You do have these panels that just kind of go over. You can see it right there, and he has these little details within. You can kind of see them. I appreciate that. His arms are nicely detailed. He still has the circles, but they're not painted blue like on the other one. He really has nice thighs. They look nice, okay? I'm sorry, gosh. His feet, too, look pretty good. He's got some stompers. They are, kind of just hidden inside him, but that's all good. A lot of the car is utilized, even though, unfortunately, he still has a lot of backpack. They folded it up better this time. And yes, he's painted silver. Oh my gosh, that's so great. There really isn't much to say about his look. I feel like I spent more time on the original, but, I mean, what you see is what you get. It's a nice-looking Soundwave. Articulation, the head on this guy is actually on a ball joint. So you can get it moving up. You can get it tilted a little bit. It looks good. Looks nice. Shoulders are in a hinge and swivel system. You have the hinge shoulder pad, too. So you can get that hinge and swivel. Swivel right there. Swivel right there. That's a, hinge, actually. Whatever. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately. It does have a ball joint at the hip, but you can't really get a lot of outward hip motion, but it's all good. Thigh swivel, then knee bend, then the feet. They don't have a tilt or anything. You really can't do anything with the feet, unfortunately, on this guy. You just can't. There's just nothing there. But you know what? It's okay. This is a really great looking Soundwave. And one thing I just wanted to say, this doesn't come with a figure at all, but a lot of people were upset that the Soundwave did not come with a gun. I think the best gun alternative is Siege Lancer. I think her gun is the best because it has like the double barrel and it's about the right size. You could also have, Nova Star, Firestar. You could use her gun too. That's gray. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't hold it perfect. It's just how his hands... Oh, that was a burp. This is how his hands were sculpted. They just don't... Oh. My food came up on that one. That was a really big burp. Anyways, yeah, it just doesn't have too tight of a grip. But you can have him do, you know, the whole...
Your time is up.
You know, you can have him kill Bumblebee, except you didn't get the chance to kill him. But yeah, you can do that if you want. Anyways, let's transform him. Of course, transforming the old one first, because this is how these videos work. Geez, it's been so long since I've done this. Let's start. Let's flip the head down, and then we get the arms, and then we let's get that that right there, and then this looks like this goes back. Oh, I hope I don't break it. Oh my gosh. It's been a very long while since I've transformed him, because see, his car mode's this gray and ugly. I had no reason or wanting to transform him. Because, I mean, look at that. Most of the car's on his back. You can see that. Most of the car's on his back. And then this just kind of hinges and just, you know, like goes forward, and then you just kind of do whatever. I don't know if you noticed my hand's injured. I hurt my hand. I sprained it. So it's even not as easy to transform with my right hand. So that's a problem. But we just kind of get that piece forward, and then right there. And then that shoulder piece is just gonna blah, 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 go right there. Isn't that cool? Hooray, we did it. We're getting there, guys. Then the arms just tuck like that. Then that piece actually goes back in the fake chest right there. That probably would have helped a little earlier. It's always one of those things with me where it's order of operations. I know there's probably one person that watches all my videos that leaves a dislike on all of them. How dare you? And he's like, oh man, this guy makes me cringe. Oh, he just freaking doesn't know how to transform these things. Come on, man, I'm figuring out. I'm having fun. It's not like I'm making your life worse. I didn't say this was a review, did I? Shut your gob. Look at that. Boom. We're getting there. We're getting there. And his legs. Do you... No, I think what you do, you uncurl it. You pop this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Then he just kind of flips his whole leg around. You just flip his whole leg around, just like that. And get it over the rear view mirror. I like that transformation element. That's my favorite part of the transformation on this guy, is that leg flip. I think that's just so cool. So you just get that, and then get this flipped the other way. Come on, Adam. Get it right. Then I always worry I'm going to break something right at this moment, but I never do. And then get these pieces tabbed in down there. And then there we go. That's pretty much it. Just got to line some things. Just got to tidy things up. And then there we go. There's pretty much Dark of the Moon Soundwave in his Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG mode. Isn't that sweet? Wow. Except it's all dull gray. Okay. Studio Series time. I've only done this once, but that's okay. I'll survive. Okay, where do you start? So you can see he has less of the less of the car on his back, but still a good chunk of it. His arms actually form a big chunk of it. I didn't say a big chungus. I said a big chunk. Okay, you can see right there. Just get that. Look at that. Look how much of the arm actually forms the car. I actually like how that transforms. It's not as much as the Human Alliance, though. Oh my gosh, the whole car might as well just be on his arms. Then you just get that folded back, and look at that. It's already a lot of the car right there. Shoot. And then this part of the transformation really stinks, because then you have to like get these panels. I've not figured out the trick. If there's a trick, please tell me. I just end up popping them off. Those panels are supposed to flip around and go right there. Like, which way do they flip? Do they flip this way? Because every time I've tried it that way, they come off. And that way, they just don't want to go at all. You know, am I supposed to move it up a little bit? Is that it? Am I supposed to move it up? I don't know. Let's just pop it off and then replace it. I just haven't figured out the trick on that. So let's get that in there. Then this head is kind of a pain, because the panel that flips is just so tight. And see, I painted the head silver, and I don't want to mess it up. So, oh my gosh. I don't want to mess it up, I say, as I completely jam it backwards and almost break the damn thing. Let's get that flipped back. maybe I can always touch up the freaking Sharpie. I just used a silver Sharpie. The silver Sharpie works wonders, man. I'm serious. Use a silver Sharpie if you want to touch up your Transformers like that. So you just want to make sure you have enough clearance. And then there was kind of a lip right there to try to get his head back. And then I know there's a way to get it through. I hate Transformers with ears like that, where you have to feed it through a small hole because I'm worried I'm going to break it. No, don't make me feel like I'm going to break him. There we go. Then you just get that hinged up and tabbed in. And then I like that transformation element too. Oh, my hurt hand is not helping me here. There we go. Alrighty. And the legs are pretty simple. They just kind of, well, perhaps I prematurely did something. Because order of operations, I hate you so much. Gerwalk! Gerwalk! Hooray! Because see, I need that up there, and the arms are in the way. Okay, I'm back. So I had to undo a little bit of the transformation, but that's okay. It's order of operations. I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning how to be a good Transformer boy. I say as I've been collecting for geez almost a decade now, and I freaking have like about 1,000 Transformers. I should probably know this by now. How many do I have? I haven't counted in a long time. I've been meaning to count. Maybe I should count tomorrow. I might do that, and I'll just be like, hey, I got a lot. If I count them, though, should I count the ones that don't transform? Should I do that? I don't know. Anyways, let's get that tab together. Then that attached. There we go. And then let's get the arms in. Like good boys. Like good little boys! There we go. Alrighty. And then the front is the last thing we should do. Just get that up and then not break anything. And then there we go. There is Studio Series Soundwave's Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG alt mode. And it looks a lot nicer. It's all nice and silver. Of course, the silver coating isn't equal on everything, but I don't really care. Here's comparison. You can see they're the same size, actually. Except one of them is silver, and thus a lot nicer. I don't care. By default, the Studio Series wins in the alt mode, just because it's silver. Now, one thing I do want to compare here. The hands actually should not be flipped. That's why it wasn't really flat before. So, one thing I do want to compare here is with a model I have of the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. It's one of those Kinsmart cars. I saw it at Toys R Us, rest in peace. And I'm like, hey, that's Dark of the Moon Soundwave. And I got it. And it's pretty cool. I mean, the doors open as they should on this. As the interior, it looks nice. It's a good comparison, and it's a cool thing to have on the Soundwave shelf. So comparing it with the original first, I mean, the sculpt's pretty much there. It's just sorely lacking in paint. It just looks awful without all the paint. You can see, you know, license plate. Wheels look nice. Definitely not as nice on the, you know, as the Kinsmart. I mean, it looks the part. It's just horribly painted. It should have been silver, man. It looks awful. And then the Studio Series is looking nice and slick. Looking really nice and slick. It even has that sculpted in right there, not just painted. But see, on this one, it was painted white, and I thought that looked really bad, the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG on the original Dark of the Moon. But on this one, it's actually sculpted in. You see that? It's actually really nice. Then on the side there, you can see the details. I mean, the Studio Series is the winner, man. In my opinion. I just think the Studio Series is better. And I mean, of course it should be. Unfortunately, there is this line right there, like the mold line for that panel, which is kind of a detractor. But you know what? Look at that. Look at that. It looks really great. It's about the same size, too, which is funny. So there we go. There's my old versus new on Studio Series versus, you know, freaking original Dark of the Moon. Oh, you know what? I think that hole right there, I think that's actually for Laserbeak, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Hey, I figured out something. Hey. So Laserbeak can go there. Then you can use those holes for the MechTech weapon right there. And of course, you can have it just as the radar dish. There we go. Another old versus new out of the way on Dark of the Moon Soundwave. Which one's better? Obviously the Studio Series. But I still have a fondness of the original Dark of the Moon Deluxe. It's a Dark of the Moon Deluxe, man. That's when I got really into Transformers, was Dark of the Moon. And what can I say, man? It's a cool figure. I dig it still. I wouldn't buy it anymore. Me personally, I would still want it because I'm a Soundwave fan. He's my favorite Transformers character. But you know, the Studio Series is the one to get. It's just the one to get. It has Laserbeak. It's painted silver. If you don't like the head being dull gray, it just takes. I think it took me maybe 2 minutes with a silver Sharpie to fix that. And who cares, you know? It's an awesome figure. You know how long it would take to fix this? What kind of paint you would need to cover all that up? I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to use to fix that problem. Highly recommend the Studio Series. The original is what it is. But I will conclude this video here. Let me know your opinion down in the description below, or actually the comments below. In the description below, you'll find my P.O. Box address, frequently asked questions, and my social media links. So check those out as well. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta, adios. Now I need to transform these guys back in robot mode, take the thumbnail picture, and then just play with the Studio Series more and put the old one on the shelf. Bye.